to the Chris and Bob Show. Today we'll be covering one of the loan programs that's very near and dear to our heart here at Finance of America, and that's the VA home loan. Something that we did from a corporate level is we actually supported Homes for Our Troops. We sold these parachute cord bracelets for $50 back before Christmas as we were raising money for that program, helping that organization build homes for our veterans. So with that, I'm going to send it over to Chris at the whiteboard where he's going to give us some of the specifics on the VA home program and see if you qualify or if it may be a benefit to you. Chris?
Thank you, Bob. It's Chris here from the Chris and Bob Show. And as Bob mentioned, today we're talking about the VA home loan program. It's a great program, and one of the great things about the program from a loan officer's perspective is as I'm taking my application, I'm getting your date of birth, your social security number, your address. One of the questions I'm going to be sure to ask is, are you a veteran? If the answer to that question is yes, the debate of what loan program you should be using pretty much goes out the window at that point, because the VA home loan program is the best thing going. The reason that it's the best thing going is for a few different factors. Number one, 100% financing. That means if you're purchasing a home, you're not required to do a down payment. If you're refinancing your home, you can borrow 100% of the appraised value of the property. And it doesn't matter if you're just refinancing your existing mortgage or if you're looking to consolidate debts. You can always do 100% financing on the VA home loan program. Now, the other thing that's great about it is that there is no private mortgage insurance. So even though you don't have 20% equity in the property, or you're not putting down a 20% down payment, like every other loan program available would require you to have private mortgage insurance, the VA loan program would not. And that's not to mention that the VA home loan interest rates are typically 0.5% lower than they would be on a conventional mortgage. So as you can see, it's pretty much a no-brainer when you're a veteran that you're going to want to be doing the VA home loan program. Now, as far as working with lenders and realtors on the VA program, and I'm going to say that this would be true for some of the other unique programs like the USDA program, maybe even the FHA program, you're going to want to make sure that you're working with someone who has done the program many times before, who understands the intricacies of the program. For example, are you going to be required to have a termite inspection on your property, which is something the VA can require? Does it matter that there might be some peeling paint on the exterior of the property that the VA is going to require to be fixed before you can close on your home? Does the home have a well or a septic system that's going to require a test? Maybe it might even need to be hooked up to city water, depending upon the municipality that you're purchasing it. So there's a lot of different moving parts, as you can see with the VA program. And working with a lender who's experienced in the program is definitely going to be a huge benefit to you as the veteran. When you're doing a VA loan and you're talking with your lender, you're going to want to make sure that you bring, I've abbreviated COE, which stands for Certificate of Eligibility. The Certificate of Eligibility is a one-page form which is going to basically tell your lender that you are indeed eligible for the VA program. It will tell them whether or not you've ever used the program in the past. If you have used it in the past, it's important to know that that does not necessarily mean that you can't use it again in the future. As long as you no longer own that home that you used the VA loan in the past, you're actually eligible to have your eligibility reinstated through the VA Home Loan Center down in Atlanta, Georgia, which is something I can help you with, and then you can actually use the VA program again. In addition to that, the Certificate of Eligibility is going to tell us whether or not you're required to pay the funding fee. The funding fee is a fee that the VA charges for taking advantage of the program. Certain veterans are exempt from that funding fee. Other veterans may need to pay that funding fee, and that's something that the Certificate of Eligibility will tell us. If you don't have it available to you, we can request a copy of it from the VA. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and send it back to Bob here in the studio.
Thank you, Chris, for that valuable information on the VA home loan. One thing that Chris isn't very good at is really tooting his own horn. Chris is one of the best loan officers to work with on a VA home loan because really he knows a point of contact over there where if you've got a unique situation, Chris is going to be able to call him up, explain what's going on, and he's going to do his homework so that he can show you or show them exactly what's going on and why it makes sense. Like we said earlier, the VA looks at these home loans as truly a benefit for your service. And what they want to do is make a common sense loan. So they want you to get these loans and they want underwriters to approve them. So Chris does a great job with his veterans and we thank him for doing his homework and knowing exactly what to do for you. Please tune in next week when we talk about another zero down program, rural development or USDA home loans. Thanks for tuning in and have a great day.
Come with me now.